All right, ICE updates. Let's go through some new stats. A Migration Policy Institute analysis indicates that from years 2021 through 2024, ICE removals from interior enforcement dropped dramatically. So from about 155,000 per year to just 38,000 per year. Good Lord, what happened? Biden happened. So let's skip down here. Let's break it down by year. All right, fiscal year 2021, immigration arrests in the interior, 74,000, down 28% from 2020. In 2022, immigration arrests, 142,000, up to 93% from 2021. So what happened? I guess COVID for year 2023. Yeah, so during COVID, they just said, oh, everyone's going to get COVID, so let's just everyone stay home and let's let as many people come through the border as possible. So in 2022, they said, okay, let's actually start maybe enforcing the law a little bit. That seemed to happen with a lot of things, not just immigration, but, student loans, lots of things just paused. 2023, immigration arrests, 170,000, a further 20% rise from 2022. Immigration arrests in 2024, from October 2023 to September 2024, 113,000, a 34% drop from 2023. Deportation was the highest deportation count in decades, surpassing 2019's 267,000. Criminal share, 33% had criminal records. So for year 2025, that's October 2024 onwards, partial data through May 2025. Removals, we have 157,000, so 158,000 basically deportations from October 2024 to May 2025, subtracting 85,769 pre-January 26 uses. That means 72,179 deportation under Trump's domain ICE estimates. So 277,913 arrests in that period. Like, holy moly, like it's all over the news like it's the Gestapo, and it's not even anything that's that big of a deal. It's not that big of a change from what we were already doing, people. Interior arrests since January 20th, 2025, 32,809 arrests occurred from January 20th through March. So really, these statistics are not as up to date. We'll have to come back and do another episode once we have more updated statistics. Because I feel like ICE is just getting their momentum going, but this brings up a bigger issue, and that issue is that just because you see on the news that ICE is just raiding through everywhere, arresting innocent people, first off, if they're illegal, they're not innocent. They did break a federal law, and it's a very important law, but you see that they're just arresting non-criminal, even though it is a criminal offense, so they're all criminals, but non-violent criminals. Just because a lot of non-violent criminals get arrested and deported, they're doing their job. I'd like to highlight a couple things that this has really brought up in me about immigration and ICE, and it's just, I find it funny how the left is just so upset that after decades, we as a country, we're finally enforcing the law when it comes to immigration. Now, compare that to paying back your student loans. So now, and like I said, since COVID, it's like they just put a stop on everything. The whole world, our country put a stop on everything and said, okay, well, we're not going to really enforce immigration law. You don't need to pay your student loans back. We're just going to not really enforce things. And now that the country, you want to call it the Trump administration, but the country as a whole, we're actually like, okay, well, now it's time to actually let's get back to enforcing the law and doing the right thing here. Pay your student loans back, or enforce, immigration law. If you're not here, we're going to deport you. And at the left and the Democrats are just trying to turn this into something that it's not. It's just the law. It's just law and order being brought back to our country and enforced again. The Democrats on the left have created a culture of just lacking accountability in the enforcement of law. And they think by controlling the media and controlling your emotions, they can get away with it. But guys, it's common sense. It's enforcement of law and requiring you to pay back a loan you agreed to. I get things are hard and it may not be easy to, but let's just bring back a little bit of accountability. And I talked about that in episode last week, but I'll leave it at that. Oh, one more thing on the ICE situation. I think I have a clip here that leftists are annoyed that they're wearing masks. Play it.
I like your mask. It's kind of odd how you don't want ICE wearing them, though. It's interesting. Rules for thee, but not for me.
It's like being in North Korea. You're shadowed everywhere.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I'm sorry if people are offended by them wearing masks, but I'm not going to let my officers and agents go out there and put their lives on the line and their family on the line because people don't like what immigration enforcement is. They are wearing those masks because we ran an operation with the Secret Service where we arrested someone that was going online, taking their photos, posting their families, their kids' Instagram, their kids' Facebooks, and targeting them. So let me ask, is that the issue here, that we're just upset about the masks? Or is anyone upset with the fact that ICE officers' families were labeled terrorists?
It's about the identification, sir, because sometimes they just don't have...
Really? Like the left and Democrats are going to bring up wearing masks. Well, first off, you guys created the problems. You were the ones who started wearing masks with Antifa and, peacefully protesting with masks. If you're peacefully protesting, and they've instituted some laws recently in states that are actually changing this, so people can't wear masks to protest because it does encourage violence. It does encourage illegal activities. So good on these states that are doing something about that. But God, it's ironic that the left's going to actually say ICE is doing the wrong thing by wearing masks when the reason they're wearing masks is they were being doxxed. These people, it's their job. They're just trying to be law-abiding citizens that work for ICE, that do their job and actually enforce the law that they're supposed to do. Nothing illegal or bad about doing it. But they're wearing masks so that people don't come to their house and murder their families, because at this point, with the rhetoric of the left, that is happening. And I think I saw that violence against ICE agents is up by like 400 and something %. So great job there. Keep up the rhetoric, all you lunatic lefties. Keep it up. It's just hurting actual law-abiding American citizens that work for ICE. So good for you. And they're part of the Fed, man. You guys should love that. You guys love big government. You love the federal power, except when it's not being used the way you want. But you guys love it the rest of the time. For the latest in case updates, legal tips, news, and politics, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and our other socials, and above all, subscribe on YouTube to get your dose of excellence on a daily basis.